Henderson. Rick Horrow, we're at the pre-opening night of the Kick It with Cutter event. It's the MLS opener tomorrow at Audi Field, but it's also a big deal because this is the beginning of a longer relationship. Cutter Foundation, an event that's generating some excitement all over the MLS as well. The other thing that's generating excitement is the social responsibility DC United has had. DC Scores. Betthany Henderson, the executive director of DC Scores. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
You don't have to do this. You can do that. That's fine. That's good. So, I got my own mic. Litigator, Obama administration. I mean, your credentials are just incredibly compelling, and you realize that the power of sports and the social good caused you to get out there and do more. So tell that story.
Absolutely.
Tell us why you're here.
Absolutely. So DC Scores is really cool because it's all about the power of teams. So much like you think about a professional sports team and the power of what a team does for lifting folks up, for giving them confidence, for giving them skills, that's what we do with kids at DC Scores. And that's what I love about what we do and how we do it is we build teams for kids that wrap around them and help them develop not just on the playing field, but on the classroom and in life as well.
And so that's a great mantra and a great mission statement, but give us some specific ideas of what DC Scores really does and how you get involved and how you sustain.
Absolutely. So DC Scores is a nonprofit. We're actually part of a larger national nonprofit called America Scores. It's entirely grassroots run and grassroots funded. So we depend on funding from foundations, from individual donors, and from great partners like DC United as well. And we work with schools. So we actually partner in school buildings. We'll build a team of 30 to 40 kids in a school building. We'll pair them with 4 mentors from within that school building. And through free after-school programs and summer camps, that team will practice and play in our soccer leagues together, full-fledged soccer leagues, just like the pay-to-play world. They'll also write and perform original poetry together. Amazing, incredible stuff the kids perform. It's not roses or red, violets or blue. Yeah. This is hardcore, heavy stuff about the things they face in their lives. We work in high-poverty communities. That same team will also do a service project in their community together. So it's really about mind, body, and soul.
That curriculum in and of itself is incredibly enlightening, entrepreneurial, and unique. Did you all come up with that? Is it a combination of best practices of stuff around the world, or is it uniquely yours? How was that created?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question. It is uniquely ours. We were actually founded by a school teacher in Washington, D.C., who 25 years ago noticed that a bunch of her 5th grade girls were hanging around the streets after school in a really difficult neighborhood and thought, this is not good. And she was a soccer player and said to them, hey, you want to learn how to play soccer? Come hang out with me after school. And they did. And she taught them. And the weather got bad and they kept coming.
How did it get scaled?
So we actually, after about 4 years of being run here in Washington, D.C., we started having folks reach out to us from other communities saying, hey, we'd like to do that too. So we're now in 11 cities across the U.S. and Canada.
And so what is the long-term potential? Is it a national/international opportunity as well?
Absolutely. So America Scores model is replicable. It's a wonderful program. It's proven. We have measurable impact on kids' physical fitness. So 83% of kids who start our program obese or overweight actually make physical fitness improvements with us. Kids in Scores do better in school. They perform better on tests, even though we're not doing tutoring, right? They connect more with literacy engagement. The Library of Congress actually gave us a literacy award this year. And we'd like to be in every community that needs us.
And so it must be a constant challenge to continue to stay relevant, to continue to update the curriculum, and to fundraise 24/7.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
But is there you've seen a breakthrough, you've seen improvements, you see a relationship like with DC United here. It's going to make it easier for this one, the next one, the next one.
Absolutely. And I love this relationship with DC United because what the team has done is they have truly embedded DC Scores as their charity partner. And that doesn't just mean we're off to the side. If you're here in Audi Field and you're walking around, you'll see us integrated into the stadium.
Right.
They've got a section of the stadium for kids. So we're actually able to bring the kids in our community, kids who couldn't afford to ever come to an MLS game, to every game. They've got the DC United logo, our kids, in the back of all of their jerseys, their team jerseys. But also the players come out in the community, the staff comes out in the community, they work with our kids, they coach our kids. Coach Ben Olsen comes to our poetry slam and hands out awards. So we're really integrated.
So tell us what the nexus is, the connection with the Cutter Foundation, the 2022 World Cup entity. It's a brilliant idea to get them all fired up both ways about soccer here and soccer in Cutters. And I know you had a significant hand in that as well.
Absolutely. So growing the sport of soccer is important, right? Soccer can do wonders for kids, as we've seen through Scores. It's such an easy on-ramp sport. any kid can play. You don't need any specialized equipment or even really a special athletic ability. It's the beauty of the team sport of soccer. And so we have actually been working here in DC with the Embassy of Qatar for several years now. They've sponsored a winter sports day for our kids, where they bring all the kids together. They do a big cultural event. We have an indoor soccer tournament. The embassy staff come out and play. And so it was natural that we have all of our partners come together around growing the sport of soccer.
The interesting thing about Qatar's foundation is not just how you pronounce it, by the way, but the interesting thing is how they are looking consciously to overcome some perceptions, some of the work issues, abuse issues, oil money, buying things issues. They're all known. But in terms of using sports as social good, the training aspect of it, the growing of soccer, those are really novel and they're very important.
They're very important, and we're a nonpartisan nonprofit, so we try to stay out of that political fray.
Right.
But for us, we're excited to work with anybody who wants to use the sport of soccer to develop kids.
Yeah. So, all right, 5 years from now, Betthany Henderson, where are you and where's DC Scores and where's this whole process?
Gosh, I don't know where I'll be in 5 years from now. But certainly, for DC Scores, we're looking to serve every child who needs us. We serve 3,000 children across 69 schools and rec centers in the district, and we have a 15-school wait list. We can't grow fast enough to meet demand. So if anybody wants to support us, I would appreciate it, dcscores.org, because that's what we really need to grow to be sustainable. My hope is that we will also be, as America Scores, in even more cities, serving even more children than we do now.
dcscores.org, dcscores.org, dcscores.org. Just remember also, this lady was a litigator for many, many years, Obama administration, and now she's out doing social good. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Rick.